Welcome to Talk Sports with D Mac, yours truly. And on this show, we talk about all sports related topics, but mainly my Philadelphia Eagles. And we're coming at you in three, two, one. Let's go. My Philadelphia Eagles have won again. Yes. 10-1, baby. 10-1. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. 10-1. The Eagles defeat the Green Bay Packers 40-33. And yeah, I know. It wasn't the perfect ideal game. It wasn't, a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, man, the most important thing is that you win the game. You play to win the game, in the words of former head coach Herm Edwards when he was the coach of the Kansas City Chiefs back in the day. But yeah, man, you got to win the game. At the end of the day, no matter how you get the W on your record, is gonna say W's and losses. You gotta have the W, man. And Eagles got the W last night on Sunday Night Football against the Packers. Aaron Rodgers ends up getting hurt in the game and leaving late in the game. And Jordan Love comes in and throws a touchdown to one of their receivers. I think it's his number 9. I'm not sure. I don't recall what his name was, but man, it was a close game. It was a back and forth close game, shootout type of game, but the Eagles really tore it up with the run game. I mean, they Jalen Hurts himself had, over 100 yards in the first quarter. In the first quarter. So I think he ended up with like 153. You know what I mean? So the team as a whole had over 300 yards rushing. So I mean, it was a good performance by the offense. My man AJ Brown cannot continue to fumble the ball. I know he was going through a lot. He kind of redeemed himself a little bit with the touchdown in the right corner of the end zone. Got the toe tap. So it was good to see that. Hope AJ Brown is getting himself healthier and he recovers back to 100% by the time the Eagles play again in the next game against the Tennessee Titans. And I know my man AJ gonna want to play in that game, and he gonna want to ball out again in that game against his former team. So wishing that he get back to 100%, man. He looked like he was a little bit out of it, but he toughed it out and he played and he scored a touchdown. So that was big for the team, man. Big, big, big for the team. Miles Sanders had a real good game last night running the ball. Um he ended up he ended up with over 100 yards. Kenny Gainwell got involved in the run game. Um Boston Scott was back there returning punts. So I felt like he did a little bit better than my man Covey. But all in all, man, it was an entertaining game. Most importantly, like I said, is the win. Eagles got the win. Um, Let me get to some player stats. So Jalen Hurts was 16 of 28 for 153. Average was 5.5. So 96.3 quarterback rating. Pretty damn good, man. 2 touchdowns. So Miles Sanders, 21 attempts, 143 yards, 6.8 average, 2 touchdowns. Gainwell, 8 attempts, 39 yards, 1 touchdown. My man Devontae Smith, man, the dude, we got to find a way to get Devontae more involved in the offense. I know they spreading it around and all these different types of things, and I just want to see him. I want to see him more, man. I want to see him make more plays. I want to see him. I just want to see him maximize his capabilities out there, man. Devontae, he had a couple good catches out there, but I just want to see him get more involved. Devontae and AJ Brown combined, they both didn't even have 100 yards combined in that game last night. Um, Quez Watkins had a good, real nice touchdown from Jalen Hurts. Really good ball placement, accurate throw, great catch. Um, it was just real good to see the team go out there and put up that many points. I think they haven't put up that many points. It's the first time they hit 40 all season, but they haven't put up that many points since I think the Detroit game, where it was like another high scoring back and forth battle. But Eagles pulled it out, man. They pulled the game out. That's the most important thing. Staying in the win column. Still got the best record in the NFL with 10-1. The other team that's the closest is of course the Minnesota Vikings, and the Eagles already beat the Vikings this season. So they own the tiebreaker. So um Cowboys are close behind, you know what I'm saying? So Eagles also already whooped the Cowboys too. And we plan on whooping that ass again um in December when we play them again in Dallas. So there's that. Um but another thing is that the tight ends, the tight ends again were non-existent pretty much. I know they were out there blocking, a lot and stuff like that, but I'm talking about the passing game, right? Because Dallas Goedert was such a weapon in the passing game and in the blocking game, but we haven't gotten anything from the tight ends in the passing game since Dallas Goedert got hurt, and that's been a blow, man. That's uh affecting the offense, right? So um I can't wait till Dallas Goedert comes back. Hopefully he's recovering um quickly, and he'll be 100% by the time he's eligible to return. Um my man Jordan Davis is eligible to return um in this game in this next game. So hopefully he's able to play. That'll be a big bonus. And then I think slot corner of Avonte Maddox is able to return next week, so that'll be another reinforcement. Got to talk about Chauncey Gardner Johnson. CJ got hurt in this game. Um, early in the game, I think it was the first quarter. He delivered a hit on one of the Packers wide receivers and kind of looked like he landed awkward or twisted himself a little awkwardly or whatever, but they said it was a rib injury. So hopefully he'll be okay for next game. But um positive that came out of that was that Reed Blankenship came in, and man, I didn't expect that from him. Dude came in and had picked off Aaron Rodgers. Then he was out there, running to the ball, playing physical, hitting, delivering, big shots on the Packers offensive players. I like what I saw from Reed Blankenship. You know what I mean? So that was encouraging. I don't know um if that type of play is sustainable, but he had a really good first impression in my eyes, man. I didn't expect that from him. When CJ went out the game, I was like, oh man, we are screwed. We screwed right now. But dude came in and played pretty good, man. Other than that, that long touchdown that he and Marcus Epps gave up late in the game, I thought he played pretty well besides that. Um, but that wasn't all his fault. But man, defense. I really would like to see the defense like dominate a game. We haven't seen that since maybe the Vikings game, but I feel like, man, we have so many good defensive linemen. Like we should be bomb rushing quarterbacks every time they drop back. But hey, man, it's the NFL. These the opposing teams. They're good players too, so you can't discount that. But really good to see the Eagles fight through adversity, and we've seen them be able to pull off wins in a variety of different ways, right? So they've won against Jacksonville. They had the rainy game, the wet, rainy, cold game where they had to slug it out and run the ball a lot. They couldn't pass a lot. We saw them pull through that type of game. We saw them, be down and come back and win the game last week against the Colts. Uh, the Houston game, we saw, them fight through adversity in that game, and last night was another test for them where they was basically in a back and forth offensive shootout. You know what I mean? Like back and forth. They score, we score. They score, we score. So I feel like Jalen Hurts is a huge part of that. Jalen Hurts was, and I feel like in his eyes, in his mind, he's like, I am not gonna let us lose this game. And he's able to put the team on his back, man, and lead them to the promised land. And that's a great mentality to have for your quarterback because I feel like it trickles down through the rest of the team. And looking forward to see that type of attitude get elevated going into the playoffs, right? Because that's when it really matters. That's when you really need your quarterback and the rest of your the players around them to have that attitude like we will not be denied in this game. And I can't wait to see that, man. I really can't wait. Um, but super glad that Eagles came out with a win in the game. I'm kind of tired of the primetime games, man. I really would. I personally, I would rather them um play the 1 o'clock game. I really would. 1 o'clock, come out there early game, you know, get it over with, and then you can just chillax. All these night games, man. I kind of like the night games every now and then, but I feel like the Eagles have had a lot of primetime games this season so far. But hey, when you are the best team in the league, you have the best record in the league, then I guess you're gonna your games are gonna get flexed to that primetime spot. So it is what it is. You take the good with the bad, not necessarily bad, but you get my point. Anyway, next game against Tennessee Titans. Look ahead a bit, but he was gonna have to bring their big boy pads in this next game, man, because Derrick Henry, that dude is a beast. and he will punish you. So these dudes better bring their shoulder pads, they better strap up, get ready to gang tackle, all that good stuff. But that's gonna be another interesting game next week. Let me see. So that game will be in Philly. Eagles versus Titans at Lincoln Financial Field, 1 o'clock game. Hopefully it stays a 1 o'clock game. Cause like I said, I'd rather see the 1 o'clock game on Fox at 1 o'clock, Lincoln Financial Field. So man. But I think I covered everything, man. I just wanted to hop on and give you guys my initial thoughts, my morning after thoughts on the game last night. It was very entertaining, like I said. Glad the team pulled it out. It was good to see them come out in the all black, and they did the Eagles Hall of Fame thing at halftime. Got Hugh Douglas in there. It was good to see that. But until next time, man, I'm out. Deuces.